Alright guys, so I got quite a few comments asking how to create custom buildings in Fortnite. So today I'll just be going over some of the basic things that I use when I'm creating my custom buildings, so you can create things like this in your own maps. Alright guys, so the best tip that I could give anyone who wants to start getting better in Fortnite Creative is to bring up a bunch of different reference photos on Google or something like that to help give you direction when you're trying to build. It's a lot easier to build something that you have a lot of experience with in real life, but if you don't have experience with a particular type of building, then you can use a bunch of different images on Google to help guide you in the right direction. Alright guys, so we're going to get straight to building this Parisian cafe that I built in my movie studio set. The first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to create a small little area using this street gallery B. We're just going to create this small street area outside the cafe. I'm just going to switch out these pieces for the half tile ones, and then we're just going to finish this up with a corner piece. Next, we're just going to go and fill out this road a bit more, and that's the basic road layout outside the cafe done. Alright guys, for the main building pieces, we're going to grab the L Apartments gallery. Something that you can do to make it super easy to remove these galleries after you finish using them is to build straight up from the ground and place a flat piece on top. Then all you got to do is aim the gallery to land on the top piece, and then when you're done with this gallery, you can just remove the bottom piece with the phone tool, and then it should take out all of these building pieces. So the main wall piece that we're going to be using is this one. It's kind of like this solid off-white piece, and we're just going to build 2 across in both directions. We're then going to build 4 up. Alright guys, so you should just have this 2x2x4 box. This will be the basic shape of our cafe. We're also going to create this side alley around the back of the cafe. So I've just gone ahead and placed these floor tiles around the back. Alright guys, for the main roof, we're going to use this black piece here that's still part of this main gallery. And we're just going to place all 4 pieces across the top. Alright guys, so the next gallery that we're going to need is the variant wall gallery. So we're going to reuse this column for the prefab. I've just placed a floor lower down this time. Again, make sure to aim the gallery at the floor. And as you can see, we've now got these 2 prefabs sort of just floating in midair. It's a lot easier to clean these 2 galleries up afterwards than if we were to place them on the floor. Okay guys, for the next bit, we're going to create a lower wall trim to go around the cafe, and we're going to use this piece here. So what we're going to do is we're going to resize this piece. We're going to stretch it to maximum width. If you're building on the ground, make sure that you have your collision set to nothing so that you can actually place this piece into the ground. We're just going to go around copy and pasting this piece at this height. We're going to place a door here, so we're going to leave the wall trim blank. So the next gallery we're going to need is the General Props Gallery A. This gallery has a lot of really useful pieces, but the one that we need is this planter here. We're going to resize the height on this, and we're going to make sure that we flip it all the way over so it's upside down. We also want to decrease the depth of this. And now we should have a nice piece that we can use in the build. So I'm using this upside down planter to create this small little ledge on top of this wall trim piece. I'm just going to use this piece and copy and paste it all the way around the building. Okay guys, so now we should have this box with this wall trim going all the way around the outside. So it's time to go up to the top of the building and work on the roof area. Okay guys, to start on the roof, we're going to take this normal planter and we're going to shrink it down in the height direction 4 times. And to make the top section, we're going to turn the planter upside down, and then we're going to resize the height direction 4 times. Next, we're going to take the small section, and we're going to place it like this. It should only just be sticking out of the side of the building. Next, we're going to take the bigger piece, and we're going to place it so that it creates an overhang to the other piece. Now we're just going to copy and paste these pieces all the way around. Okay guys, so we're seeing some progress now. If you're following along to this tutorial, then you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Okay guys, for the next piece we're going to use this stone bench, still part of this main gallery that we're using now. We're going to leave the size the same, but what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this in the pitch direction 5 times so that you get it to look like this. We're then going to go and place these stone benches with a small gap between them to add this extra bit of detail to the roof trim. To get this piece to rotate properly to go around the corner, you want to change your rotation axis to yaw, and then you want to just rotate it like that. Okay guys, so now we should be starting to see this arching effect around the roof trim piece. For the next piece, we're going to use this brick column here. We're going to initially place it like this. We're going to shrink it down in all directions 4 times. And then we're going to place this column going all the way to the top of the building in all 4 corners. Alright guys, so now we've got the main shape of this building done. We're going to go ahead and create some of the main features that are going to go on these walls now. Stuff like windows, balconies, and the door. Okay guys, for the next gallery, we're going to use the ring gallery A. So we're going to use this piece here to actually make the sides of the window frame. We're going to rotate this in the pitch direction to make it vertical. We're then going to shrink this down in all directions 6 times. Next you want to make the other side of the window frame, which is going to be 5 across on grid snap 16. Now we're going to come back up to the ring gallery and we're going to use this really small thin vertical piece. And we're just going to place it in the middle of these 2. And then we went ahead and resized this piece so it's roughly the same height as these 2. Now we're going to make the top of the window using this stone bench. The top of this bench will line up pretty much perfectly with the 2 outer pieces. All we're going to do is we're going to resize the height of this bench until that center bar is covered. So now we have the top of the window frame taking shape and this middle bar separating the window. We're now going to move on to the bottom of this window. To make the bottom of the window, we're going to use this rectangular planter again, and we're going to shrink this all the way down. We're then going to increase the size a couple tiles, and then we're going to shrink the height down to its minimum. We're then going to place the planter so that it covers up the end of the middle bar. We're then going to rotate the planter upside down, and then place it like that. Next, we're going to add some small details to this window. We're going to take this pig sign from this gallery and we're going to roll it forwards. We're then going to place this piece in line with the edge of the window, and then we're just going to copy it to the other side. It's going to look a bit weird at the moment, but when we place this into the wall, you won't see the pig signs. Next, we're going to add the glass behind this window. To add the window glass, we're going to need the cube gallery. To make the glass, we're going to need this reflective cube here. We're going to resize the height. We're going to change the width of this to make it as thin as possible, and then we're going to change the depth to fill the whole window. As you can see, it leaves this reflecting glass effect. Next, we're going to make some window shutters using this door piece here. We're going to shrink this down so that it fits the window. We're then going to turn off grid snap and we're going to rotate this to make it look like this window shutter's been opened. So now we've built this main window off to the side of the main building. We're going to multi-select the whole thing and we're going to copy and paste it around the building. Alright guys, so when you finish multi-selecting, the whole window piece should be green. All we do now is we left click to copy and we start placing the windows on the building. Alright guys, so now you've finished copy and pasting all of your windows around the building. I'd recommend just changing up some of the angles of these shutters just to give it a bit more variety. Alright guys, so next we want to add some plants to these window boxes. To add the plants, we're going to use the outdoor residential prop gallery, and we're just going to choose a bunch of these plants to place on the balcony. Okay guys, so next we're going to add some small wall details using this brick piece. We're going to rotate it like this, and we're going to shrink it down as small as it goes. And we rotated it to its smallest side. And we're just going to go around adding some small little brick pieces just to detail. Okay guys, so this build's starting to come along now. As you can see, adding these small brick details has really changed this build. Next we're going to create the main entrance to this cafe. We're going to start by copying this piece from the windows, and we're just going to change the height. We're going to make the top of these beams line up with this crack along the wall. We're then going to take this window piece and make it wider like this. This is going to be a glass door, so we're going to change the height of this to sort of fill out the rest of this door. Next, we're going to add this center piece all the way down the middle of the door, and then we're going to use this upside down planter to create some steps leading up to the door. Okay guys, we're going to add a small piece to the front of the door, which can be found in the roadside diner gallery. The piece we want to add is this one. We're just going to resize the depth to make it stick out further. Alright guys, now we're ready to fill in some of the blank spaces on these walls. I'm going to go around adding a couple of different sprays to the walls. Okay guys, we're going to get out this general props gallery B. There's a couple of useful props that we're going to need. The first prop we're going to use from this gallery is this one, and we're just going to scale this up and place it into the wall here. We can then grab this cafe sign and place it around the front of the building. We can use this centerpiece here to create some extra supports for this awning. I'm also going to use this piece outside the front, and I'm just going to place it here. We can also take the dumpster from the general props gallery A, and I'm just going to place a few of them around the back alley. Also in this general props gallery A is some floor trash that we can place in this side alley. The best way to place floor trash is to set collisions to everything and the grid snap to off and drops to off. For the main tables and chairs, I'm going to take this table from the General Props Gallery A, and I'm going to take this chair from the General Props Gallery B. And I'm just going to go around adding a few tables and chairs to different places around the building. Next, we're going to take this pipe piece from the General Props Gallery B, and we're just going to place it along some of the walls. We're also going to take this umbrella piece from the General Props Gallery A, and I'm just going to place it like that in the table. Okay guys, so I think I'm done with all of these props, so I'm going to use this technique that I showed you earlier to remove them really quickly. Alright guys, so the next gallery that we're going to use is the Industrial Gallery A, and we're going to use this piece here to create a generator around the back. The next gallery I'm going to use is the Lucky Landing Gallery, and I'm going to use this cafe sign. I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to place it on a corner. I'm just going to make it thinner because it's a bit thick. It's a little bit high, so I'm just going to keep readjusting. And that looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to take these aircon units, and then I'm going to place these aircon units on the wall. And I think that's pretty much going to be everything that we're going to add to this building, guys. I'm not the best at custom architecture. If you do want to learn more on how to create custom architecture like this, then I highly recommend checking out Tamalia's YouTube channel. He's the one who makes all of the custom architecture for us when we're creating levels for Epic Games. So if this sort of thing interests you, then I really recommend checking him out. But that's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.